Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to preserve herbs in 4 different ways. Today we're going to do mint because our mint is going to flower now, so it's time to harvest it, but you can do this with any type of herbs out there. Let's get to it. So we're going to start with the lemon mint here because one, it's going to flower. Oh, look at this butterfly. One is going to go to flower, and second is starting to get yellow, so it shows signs of maturity. So distracted by the butterfly. Hello, welcome into my garden. Yeah, so as I was saying, it shows signs of maturity, and if I don't start harvesting it now, it's just going to die on the vine, so I'm losing my production. So what you want to do is just snip it from the base so we can put it in a bundle, tie it down and let it dry in the air. Cut on the base. If you have any small lemon mints like this, you can let them keep on growing and just snip the large ones. And though we will have maybe some bug infested tips like this with aphids, don't worry, as soon as you snip it, the sap is going to stop flowing through the plant and they will have nothing to suck from, so they will leave on their own because there's not a good house for them anymore to sit in. And then you're gonna have your lemon mint just for yourself. So you just want to literally create a bundle of mature plants. If you have the small ones just coming from the soil now, let them grow, so it's gonna give you another harvest in the future. But right now everything that's big needs to be cut, and this is actually going to encourage the plant to develop new shoots and start the next generation from growing because the roots are interconnected. So that's the first bundle, and let's go to the other planter. Here we have a bit more, but basically the same process. That's about it. We want to leave some small guys in so they keep on growing. But now get some thread or some string, whatever you have laying around, and just wrap it a couple of times around the base to make sure that it's all tied together. And then when you reach this point, create a couple of loops and tie them around this base so it's like a knot but not a knot, and then you can extend this a bit, and then you want to tie this somewhere where there's going to be a draft so it dries with the help of the air and with the help of the sun. So because of that, we're going to tie it here on top of the door because the airflow on this hallway is going to dry it up, and also in the day we get between around 6 a.m. until 12 full sunlight here. So I'm going to do just that now. And now the air is going to dry it and the sun. You don't want it to be, I don't know, on a piece of paper like this, because maybe the outsides are going to dry up but the center is going to mold. So you want to dehydrate it basically as quick as possible, so then you can store it for the winter so you can get your dose of lemon mint. So when harvesting your mint bush, because mint is going to come from everywhere, yeah? I've cut the main stumps out, but I've left a bit here like this because the new growth is going to start from the bottom and in time grow to another bush like this. But at the same time I will leave a main leader so that has some connection to the roots, and this guy is going to repopulate this whole area with mint in about a couple of like 2-3 weeks. Is going to be back to full. So this is just the first harvest. not the only one for this year. Same as before, you want to put them in a bundle or like a bouquet. And don't worry about the flowers and the seeds, as long as you still have one piece of mint connected to the main root, it's gonna sprout new things. So you don't necessarily need the flowers and the seeds, but this one has it, so it's fine. Same as before with the lemon mint, get some twine, some string, and tie the bottom of your bouquet. Yep, that's very good. They're all coming today. See, the garden is really taking off now. So once you're all tied down, I've already put another piece of string here, so it's a bit lower than this one, so they don't touch and mold because of their touching. So airflow is very important here. When this is going to be dry, we can just crumble it apart and store it in paper bags so it lasts for a long time, and we can have mint tea in the winter. But there's other ways to preserve mint and lemon mint, so let me show you. There's a couple of other ways that you can do this. So you can take some paper towel or some toilet paper, dump it with some water on both sides, just to get a bit of moisture in it. You don't want to dampen it too much to be like over soaked. And then from your bundle, select what you want to store, put it in, and just wrap it inside the paper towel. And this is going to go into the fridge. So this method is a short-term storage option. You want a container with a lid to store it in, because this container is going to keep the moisture in and prevent it from evaporating. This is a very easy and simple method to store and preserve your herbs for up to 1 week, 1.5 weeks, but keep an eye on it. Another easy and good method of preserving and drying your herbs is by breaking the leaves one by one and storing them on a piece of paper or newspaper at room temperature. So the way to do that is break the leaves from the stem. You can be a bit picky and just use the large leaves if you want that. I'm gonna use all of them because it's an amazing plant. All of this stem can still be dried and chopped or blitzed into a coffee grinder once dried and made into a tea. So we're gonna keep this on the side for now, and we're gonna do just that after. But the main leaves and clusters can be preserved in this method. Okay, so these things are we're gonna keep on the side, the twigs, and dry them with the other bunch. Right now, you want to lay your leaves one by one, not on top of each other, individual spaces on the paper. Because if you would put them in a pile like this, they wouldn't dry. The outside leaves would dry, but inside would mold. And this is a common mistake that a lot of people do, and then it just ruins preservation for them. They don't want to do it again because they think this is normal, but it's not. So as long as you lay them one by one and there's some airflow and temperature going around them, in no time, and I'm talking about 1 or 2 days maximum, they will dry at room temperature without any draft, without any fancy equipment. So this is one way of preserving it. You just lay them on the piece of paper. In 48 hours they should be dried. The last method of preservation that I'm going to show you today is using the freezer. And what we're going to do is take 2 leaves, smoosh them a bit together so we activate those oils. Smells amazing. And just put them in one of the containers for water. We're gonna do this really quick for all of them, and then just get some filtered water. That's why it needs to be a bit smooshed. Okay, and let them sink a bit in. Everything we've done today you can do with any kind of herbs. This is gonna last in your freezer as long as you have a working freezer, but like every frozen item, 3 to 6 months, you know, you should use it, otherwise it loses all of its properties. That's it guys, here we are at the end of the video. I hope you learned something, I hope you enjoyed the video. I love to preserve herbs in this format, especially now in the summertime, because I can use it on my kombucha. It's my favorite drink in the summertime. But if you check the gin videos here, maybe you can impress your friends, your family with some nice cocktails and fresh lemon inside ice cubes. Like this, you can get up to 2 weeks of freshness from your mint or herbs in a wet paper towel inside a box in the fridge. If you end up drying your herbs, then storing them in jars like this is very good for small amounts like myself. If you have a nice big garden and you want to preserve and store huge amounts of herbs over winter, I strongly advise you to use paper bags, because like that they're gonna store better and have a better quality, let's say in January, February, when we finish the season. If you like the video guys, like, subscribe, hit that bell, let's stay connected, and show me in the comments how you guys are preserving your herbs this season. I'm really curious about it. See you next time.